Makes sense. So, oh, looks like we're not actually gonna.
Well, I mean, that's if you take the like the slowest train. It's also the cheapest one. But if you take like the fastest train that they have, it only takes like 2 hours, 2.5 hours to get from Busan to Seoul. And that's like the opposite side of the country. The KTX is really fast. I mean, so you traveled like, you know, just 2.5 hours to go watch freaking PL finals, right?
What?
You would travel like 2.5 hours to go watch the PL finals, right?
2.5? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'd travel 5. I would travel 5 if I could see it live.
I'd do 5 too.
I would sit on the train for 5 hours. But you know, we are high-level fans. See, we're the A team of fans. We're the first-string players. Those guys watching online, no good, no good. Anyway, look at HoeJJa. Look at those 5 wins in the last 5 games. What a sick baller.
Yeah, but you know who the last Zerg was that played and have 5 wins in a row? Oh wait, that was Sue and he lost. It's a curse, I'm telling you.
But he's not HoeJJa, man. He's not HoeJJa. He doesn't have the same name as Nal Ra, okay? He's not the secret ace player on KT. There seems to be some mod wars going on in my chat, by the way. I'm a little bit concerned by this, but anyway. We have over 3,500 viewers. Thank you all for watching. The greatest game on the planet!
Indeed. Sorry, HoeJJa, but I just cannot cheer for you this time. I learned my lesson from last year.
No, we gotta have an ace match. No, Kit, you're doing it wrong. We gotta have an ace match.
I'm sorry, no.
You have to have an ace match.
That risk.
I have to see who comes out as well. The stats gonna come out? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be curious to see who would come out, but
you don't want it to actually play. You just want like best to win and then have them tell us who they would have sent.
Yeah, exactly.
Just go to the KT coach. So even though you lost, if you hadn't, who would you send? They should actually do that.
Like last year, I mean, I was the whole, you know, honorable Brewer fan that wanted just better games, longer match. But this year, I just can't take it anymore. I need to win.
Well, let's see if you get your wish here. It's like best is going to be the purple Protoss in the top right. Facing him, the Zerg who is undefeated in playoffs matches. None other than HoeJJa, aka HoeJJa, apparently.
HoeJJa? Okay, you know, I'm sorry, I'm just going to say HoeJJa. I'm too used to it, it's not going to change anymore.
You should be saying it right too, because you know Korean.
Oh, I didn't know what it meant. It's just, to me, it looks like HoeJJa, which looks like HoeJJa.
Yeah. Well, see, that's my excuse, but I don't know Korean. Besides, like, FPR is lag, and Korean is Korean.
So, looking at HoeJJa's, I mean, like, his last 5 games that he won have all been ZVZs, or that one ZVT against Letta, so we still don't know what Beast Mode VP is for him. So...
Oh man, CNF seems to be like really angry today. I don't know if I need to temp on mod CNF. I feel really bad. Anyway,
why are you guys talking about Nesty? What is the relevance here? Stop it! Stop it!
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave this be. Looks like Probe has now gone into HoeJJa's base. HoeJJa has gone for the 12 hatch. So it looks like we're gonna have a Nexus first from Le Protoss best. And there it is. Nothing special. A little bit lucky for Best to get that to get Scout in the correct direction. Yeah, the Overlord also went in the correct direction. So both players are gonna get the early Scout off. No early cheese or anything like that. Of course, this was the map and the positions where Jaedong did 5-pool sock. I think these are also the positions where Grape played that amazing game against Crazy Hydra in the playoffs.
Indeed.
And is that a gateway first? Or did he make a forge under it that I just didn't see? It must be a forge. Must be. It has to be. Is there? Oh, I guess we're not gonna see.
Seriously, the KT Zergs have just completely carried the team. It's so bizarre.
KT Zergs. And people were kind of you know, ragging on him at the beginning of the playoffs. I remember Sawamura vigilantly defending his KT Zerg players, and you know what? He was right. He was. I gotta give credit where credit is due.
Yeah, it's easy to be right when you're like when you blindly support all your team, whether they performed well or not, as opposed to people who aren't emotionally invested, who actually look at the statistics.
Exactly. You should look at the statistics. Which player is cuter, and support those players.
Hey.
The cutest player always wins. It's true.
I think HoeJJa's cuter than Best, but he's not gonna win this.
See, now you've just damned Best. Just damned him. Now he's gonna lose. It's gonna be your fault.
No,
Guys, it's recorded.
Damn
It's
it.
recorded. You can't get away from this anymore.
Okay. HoeJJa's gonna win.
It's too late. It's too late.
I can't win.
So Stargate coming up. SKT1. Is that someone's mom again?
Probably Best's mom? I don't know. Yeah, usually if they're showing like a older woman, it's probably the mom.
And, okay, so HoeJJa has taken his back mineral only. Usually indicates to me some kind of early Hydra shenanigans. Not always. But no, he has gotten his lair and a spire. But, I mean, I've talked about this like for the whole season, how I think it's questionable to take that back mineral only as your third base in ZVP. I mean, it has, you know, we've seen plenty of players do it. It has worked out for them. But I'm interested to see what happens here. It looks like he's actually taking making another hatchery, kind of in that gap between his main and his natural. Going up to 4 hatcheries. Pretty standard. Is that going to be a 5th hatchery there? It's like the Hydrogen already finished, so yeah. Just going to be some 5-hatch Hydra action here. Going to get a couple of Scourge to take out this Corsair in the meantime. Corsair, though, will see everything that's going on. Now, see, he's got his 5 hatches up. He's got 3 bases, kind of. The mineral only, obviously, it has fewer mineral patches than an actual main base, and it has no gas. So he's going to be kind of Hydralisk heavy, I feel. You know, he's not going to have enough gas to really make a decent amount of lurkers or even Mutalisks if he wanted them. So that's going to kind of limit his options here for the time being, which, I mean, I don't really like. I mean, obviously on the flip side, he is pretty safe from any ground attack right now, considering he only has to worry about his natural choke. And oh, it looks like gonna try and grab some of these Corsairs here. Doesn't quite manage it, even though the cannon's not quite in range of the Stargate. It's like trying to bait him in. And
they used to make fun of Best's Corsairs because he had really terrible Corsair control, but fortunately he's managed to fix that. Yeah,
I think most famously getting taken down by Jelizerg in that what was it, OSL finals?
Yeah.
Where he
Ever 08.
yeah, went mass Sayle on Andromeda, and Jelizer's just like, oh, you want air control? Nope. You just make like 50 Scourge and a billion Mutas and just kill them all. Such a sick game. Such an awesome series. If anybody hasn't watched that series, you absolutely should. It's not even that long. It's like, let's go watch it. Jelizer versus Best. I think actually in that series I actually watched it live, and like my dad was sitting in the same room, like playing Go on the computer, and I was just like freaking out constantly. He just thought I was going crazy or something. Anyway, looks like a bunch of cannons being added at the front here for Best. Obviously he's going for the Corsair, so his ground forces at the time being going to be kind of weak. He's just adding on those extra cannons for defense. But I don't know if that's necessarily needed. HoeJJa has taken his 4th base already at the 6 o'clock, and he's getting a Queen's Nest, expanding and teching. I mean, you know, he's really light on units. He's got barely a control group of Hydras in total, I think. So I don't think those cannons were needed at all. Looks like they're just going up, humping that side disruptor a little bit. And yeah, it looks like a fairly calm game so far. Creep Colony being added at the back there, at the back minnow only, but this is a very greedy build from HoeJJa, and I think it's actually quite nice because, you know, having seen Best go for that Corsair focus, he knows that Best cannot really, you know, do a big move out for a little while here. You know, Corsairs are nice for harassment, but you can't, you know, go and kill a base with Corsairs. I guess unless you have like a bunch of or Dark Templar as well. And oh, look at this! Trying to trick some units through. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite work here. I think he deliberately tried to push that Lurker through with the Egg Morph there. Unfortunately, just kind of freaked out and ran back out. But cute little move there. I think we saw, was it Calm do something like that against Harangi?
Oh yeah, that game was just...
It was awesome. So good. I completely called...
It's really funny too, because I mean, that game was when Harangi's own building placement screwed him over.
Yeah, I completely called it too at the beginning of the game. I was like, wait a minute. His Reavers are going to get stuck in there, aren't they? And they did, and he died. Anyway, so looks like a shuttle being loaded up here. Is this going to be... Could be Storm / DT drop. Although, wow, look at this. Very well defended at the back there. I do like that double Sunken plus Spore Colony at the back mirror only. Obviously, it is facing the Protoss base. It's going to be very easy for him to harass. Or, I shouldn't say easy, but it will be like the first target for a harassment drop, so it's going to preemptively build some defenses there. Meanwhile, he's got a Lurker going in the back, but already some cannons in place. I actually didn't notice that Best already took that mineral only, and whoa, looks like Lurker's just going to suicide itself. So, this is very interesting. It's been still quite a passive game so far, even though, you know, HoeJJa did break down that back door. But HoeJJa's hive, I think, is already finished. He's got his 4 bases up for... He's had his 4 bases up for a while. And this is like the first sign of aggression we've seen from Best. Now this is probably a DT, indeed it is. He's gonna hope that that wasn't spotted, so the DT can go and get some free drone kills. Although no, it looks like gonna get spotted immediately by HoeJJa. Might still get a couple of drone kills though, just because DTs are awesome. And yep, there he is. Gets 2 drone kills.
Apparently, I didn't actually watch the game, but apparently Best lost a game against Action in the OSL prelims where he had a 40 kill DT and he still lost.
Yeah, I read about that.
I'm just like completely bewildered as to how that can happen, but
that is actually an interesting point. I mean, coming into this match, you know, Best eliminated from OSL by Action, as you said. I think that was actually the final of that group. And ooh, tries to get in Storm Drop. Very nice reaction time from HoeJJa though. So yeah, Best, you know, knocked out of OSL by a Zerg. HoeJJa, I actually don't know. Did he even try to qualify for OSL?
No, HoeJJa got knocked out by Bogus.
Oh, okay. So I guess both players knocked out. Not a big deal.
Yeah, SKT came into this finals with probably not the best morale. I mean, I believe there were 15 SKT... No. Was it 15? Maybe there was less, but yeah, some ridiculous number of SKT players in the OSL qualifiers, and only one made it out.
Wow. Not ideal. I mean, they could have all just been really focused on this finals match. Anyway, we just saw there, you know, Best tried to take a fourth base there at the 3 o'clock, expanding towards the Zerg a little bit. Usually not ideal, but that is kind of the natural expansion path for him to take. But that was denied quite easily by HoeJJa. And I think HoeJJa's actually in a very nice position right now because, I mean, the supplies, if you just look at them, they're basically dead even, 133 against 134. And I think the reason for this is that HoeJJa went for such a greedy build early on. I mean, he got his fast fourth base, he got a fast hive, basically teched and expanded with almost no units, and Best did absolutely nothing to punish him for it. So now he's paying the price. In this mid/late stage of the game. However, there is a decent sized Protoss force moving out on the map here. That is a lot of Dragoons. I don't see that many High Templar. He does need those to support. And looks like HoeJJa actually thinking about doing a big counterattack here with these Zerglings. Looks like, oh no, he's actually not doing an attack. He's just going to try and secure this 3 o'clock base here. Looks like he just really wants to play a long game. Does not want to try and go for any kind of big attack right now. So we are going to see the late game of both of these players tested. I guess Best is pretty confident in his late game PvZ if he wants to force it to this into that situation. Oops.
I think he should do okay. I mean, most of Best's wins have been the whole 2-base push out kill thing, but the game against Effort, also on Electric Circuit, was a pretty long macro game, and there were several times I thought Effort was going to win, but then Best totally just pulled it back.
Yeah, he's at a pretty big deficit right now, though, and oh, looks like the File's already out. Nice Plague there, catching a few Dragoons, and Lynx going in here to the 3 o'clock to deny it. The main forces actually were pulled out of position here. Looks like HoeJJa going to target the Nexus. I don't know if he'll get it. It's going to be close.
Oh.
Looks like he's barely not going to get it.
So
wow. But nice move there. Notice basically what he did was he pulled the main Protoss forces to the north with that Zergling counter attack, that threat going into the back there, and then as soon as the army was out of position, he moved the Zerglings in to take out that base. So even though it didn't quite work out for HoeJJa, a very nice little tactic right there. However, that does mean that Best 3 o'clock base is going to get up. HoeJJa is taking his own expansion at the bottom left. But you know, I mean, I don't know how confident he is in his late game ZVP. I guess we'll see here.
Oh, monster Plague!
Wow! Plague! Yeah! Plague! Oh my, that's like 80% of the army right there is now at 1 HP. So sick, HoeJJa. And now he's moving in with Cracklings once again. And notice, he's doing so much with so little. Like, he's literally made only Zerglings and Defilers here since, the mid-game. And he's doing an amazing job with them. And they're so cheap, expendable units. Like, he's going to be saving up a lot of resources for later on, for upgrades, for, any higher tech units. Looks like, meanwhile though, Best's going to try and break down this back door. Of course, since he did take the 3 o'clock, it's fairly close positions to that back of HoeJJa. So he's actually just going to elevate our units as well simultaneously. I'm not really sure the point of that. It's kind of feels like it's just wasting some APM there, since he's already breaking the back door anyway. I mean, there's only one Archon attacking it, but well, looks like another nice Plague here. A few Zerglings.
Stop attacking the thing and attack the Zerglings.
That side generator is way more important than those Zerglings. Come on, Kit, honestly.
Dude, his army's getting decimated. The Plagues.
I mean,
man.
Best was actually almost maxed a second ago. He just dropped 50 supply to only Zerglings and Defilers. Like, that is such a good Protoss composition. Like, you look at that force and I'm just like, that's a really nice army, and yet HoeJJa's taking it down with like mass Cracklings. Like, are you on, like, Zergs, are you honestly going to tell me Cracklings are still balanced? And there's some Queens even! Is this for a Broodling? Is it for Ensnare? I think he just Broodling the High Templar there. No, it was Ensnare! He has gone for Ensnare here. HoeJJa is just busting out some ridiculous strategies here. Red goop, green goop, all kinds of goop on the Protoss army. And look at that!
Major goop.
Oh,
dude,
man.
There's so many stacked lurkers. Storm that shit. Storm that.
This is so good, and Wait, does he only have Zealots and Templars now? Like, there's so many.
It looks like it.
There's too many
All the
lurkers. Like,
Dragoons died to the Zerglings.
I know, but he needs them back though, or he can't deal with the lurkers. Zealot Templar is not going to do anything against lurkers. Looks like he's barely holding onto this base. He's trying to rebuild the cannons there. But wow, and look, there's another Plague, and he's sniping High Templars with these Zerglings. HoeJJa is playing like possibly the most cost-efficient ZVP I have ever seen. Like normally you think, you know, Protoss, or normally like Protoss is. Oh my God! Ensnare and Plague on the Zealot's gonna take a huge amount of damage. But it's so funny because normally you think Zerg is the least cost-efficient race, in fact, compared to Terran and Protoss, and yet HoeJJa, look at this! He's making only Zerglings. He's literally gonna win this game with only Zerglings. Man, I thought Jaedong was crazy when he tried to win ZVPs with only Mutalisks, but this seriously is a level above that here. Guys, he's making only Zerglings, Defilers, and Queens, and he's beating best. What is going on here?
What does one do against mass Zerglings? Just get lots of Archons?
Yeah, it's basically just mass Zealot Archon and good storms as well. But then
yeah,
you know,
it doesn't seem to be working. Jeez, these snares.
I mean, you know, when the Zerg executes it well, it is honestly a very difficult composition to play against. You know, I mean, but pure Zergling I haven't seen. I mean, you know, usually there's a few Ultras or Lurkers thrown in there for flavor, but mass Ling, ridiculous, ridiculous. And what are the Corsairs doing? What are they doing? They're doing nothing.
Nothing.
Useless. Ah.
You're angered by the sight of useless Corsairs.
I am. Because it reminds me of my own games where I'm just terrible. Anyway, Sick Plague again getting all those Zealots. I mean, I thought they could actually kill that bottom left base, but they are going to pull back. And HoeJJa's actually taking...
It's games like this that make you wonder, why does HoeJJa have a sub 50% win rate? Like, why? How?
I know. Why is he not like a Golden Mouse winner? With a game like this, he should be. He's undefeated in playoffs and the finals now. I mean, I don't think he's going to lose his game. Looks like finally the Corsairs do something, only to get plagued. I mean, he's got the 12 o'clock base, he's got the top left base, he's going to go take down this base now. I think he's going to focus down the Nexus, but it's not going to work. Oh, well, maybe it will still. There's a few Zealots there. Not quite. Good effort, good effort. And if you look at HoeJJa's resource counter at the bottom right, he is like 2k in the bank, and there are the cows. Ultra, this is exactly what I was talking about. By playing so cost efficiently in the mid and late game, you know, the early late game, he saved up all these resources to be able to use on these Ultralisks, and Best has like no answer to this. He does not have anything that he needs, and we are going to see an ace match, ladies and gentlemen. There is no way that Best is going to win this game. He's going to lose his 3 o'clock expansion. He's going to be basically mined out. He's going to be down to his original 3 bases. Nothing in the main, nothing in the natural. I think he'll only be down to the mineral only. This is unbelievable.
I cursed him with my confidence.
I told you.
I don't understand.
It's all your fault, Kit.
Every player that I thought was going to win, like, didn't win, and every player I had my doubts about ended up winning.
You better start doubting Bisu then before he comes out in the ace match. Oh man, HoeJJa! HoeJJa! This ZVP is beautiful. I mean, you know, I'm Protoss. I hate seeing Protoss lose, but GG!
Yeah,
HoeJJa is so happy.
So well played.
And
that was so well played. I don't even...
Man, if Zergs played like that every game, I would have absolutely no problem with them, you know, slaughtering Protosses, because that was just beautiful to watch. Wow. Wow. He just killed him with only Zerglings! How? Why? Cracklings, guys, the way of the future. And that means the KT Zergs are the only ones who won today. Crazy HoeJJa, Action, and HoeJJa have won their 3 sets.
The only ones that have won. Flash and Stats went down.
This is so good. I mean, this is so amazing. What a finals, guys. I am so happy, and we are going to an ace match. HoeJJa is delighted. I am delighted. Ace match, ace match, ace match.
I HoeJJa out for the ace match, man. He's way better than Stats and Flash in the playoffs and finals.
He seriously is. Come on, guys. All right, HoeJJa versus Bisu ace match. Let's do it.
Or ace match reach. You know.
Let's do it.
Sending out reach is cool too.
Oh, Kit. Your intentions are so clear.
No, I just really want to see the man toss play a game.
Of course, just so you can ogle him in the booth.
Indeed.
That's right. I'm sure everybody watching the stream would be ogling Reach if he came out to play.
How? HoeJJa, how? Why?
Wait, so this makes him 6-0?
6-0. 6-0, undefeated in the playoffs and finals.
And there is Bisu, ladies and gentlemen.
Is it gonna be Flash?
Could you imagine if he
God.
just gets Hydra busted?
I don't think he's gonna get Hydra.
That would be so.
Who's that? Who's that? Who's that?
It would be so funny.
Oh, I know. It's just the ref. Never mind.
Silly ref.
Wait, is it? No. Oh, it is Flash. Bisu versus Flash on
Ho! God, I wish I could do that crazy Korean commentator stuff.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised.
I should.
Didn't think they'd actually send out Flash.
I should just like drink 10 Red Bulls back to back. This like, and then maybe I'll get like half the level of excitement of the Korean commentators.
I bet Bisu's been preparing like forever
And
to play a PVT on Chain Reaction.
an optical shot saying your manga has come true, Kit. Bisu facing Flash.
Indeed, my manga has come true, and I will.
And you have yet to write the ending. It's to be continued. You're the author of the manga. How does it end, Kit? How does it end?
Dude, I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know.
Useless. Useless.
I don't know how it ends until, you know, it ends.
Until it ends. Oh man, this. I mean, I couldn't have imagined like a better finals. Like I'm trying to think in my head. Like seriously, you know, Fantasy versus Flash, the KT Zergs coming out. I mean.
Yeah, this has been a really good finals. A lot better than last year's, in my opinion.
So amazing. We need to have an amazing PVT to top this off. Come on, Bisu. Come on, Flash. I don't care who wins. Just show us a great PVT on Chain Reaction. Let's see what Flash can do here. Now, of course, this was SKT's map pick for the Ace match. Whoa. For a second there, I was like, wait, why is Best in the booth? But no, this is actually the replay of last set. It's like they just suddenly switched out Bisu for Best. I'm just like, what?
Oh god, that would be terrible.
Oh man, that plague, those plagues, so good.
Seriously, how does he? The multitask was amazing. The spell casting was amazing. The macro was amazing. Like everything.
The Zerglings were amazing.
And yet he didn't qualify for the OSL. Why?
Because clearly it was not the OSL playoffs, or he would have qualified for sure.
Yeah, I know. It wasn't the playoffs OSL.
Wow.
정말 무시무시한 행진을 나갈 수 있는 사람이 과연 누가 있을까? 중위권 라인에 배치가 돼 있다가 1위로 올라가는 이런 상황이 나올 수가 있습니다. 양팀의 생각은 똑같습니다. 마지막 경기만 이기면 다 털어버릴 수 있어요. 기분 좋은 추억으로 만들 수 있는 거예요.
I think you know the game from last year's Winners League final.
Which game? The Ace match?
The Bisu versus. Well, it wasn't an Ace match. We won 4-1.
Last one, yeah.
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 This Bisu versus Flash on Aztec. and BC just came out with this totally prepared, beautifully executed snipe build and just took down Flash. And you know, it might happen. It might happen again.
It's so funny because after that game, like everybody started, all the Protosses started doing that against Terrence. And you just and you know, you just like see all these ladder games where silly Protosses think they're BC, but they're actually not, and they're terrible. I guess that happens like every time a top pro pulls out a new build. But anyway, yeah, that was pretty amazing. Although I think it was unfair though for him to get the MVP in that match. Like he won 1 game, and what's his face won 3.
S2?
Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah, but wait, wasn't it like the whole Winners League season MVP?
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
BC was 30 and 10 in Winners League.
What a scrub. What a scrub losing
What
10
a
games.
scrub. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, we're getting an instant replay of this game. I think just really the main problem here was Best's complete lack of aggression, like ever. He did like 1 drop by the time HoeJJa's 4 bases were like already up and running and his tech was up, and like that was it. You really cannot just let a Zerg chill for the whole game and expect to win in PvZ.
Did he get like Hydra busted in the OSL prelims? Maybe that's why he's so scared. I don't know. I didn't watch this
I
game.
mean, I think he kind of misread the situation a little bit. You know, getting those extra cannons when you're going for mass courses like that is fairly standard. I don't know. I mean, it's a little bit surprising to me considering he did have the courses out. He could have seen what was going on. I mean, I'm interested to see are the courses going around? Are they seeing this 4th base going up? Are they? I guess they wouldn't have seen the Queen's Nest because that was kind of hidden at the bottom of the natural, so it would be difficult for him to scout that. But it is a little bit surprising how passive he was playing there.
He should have done Sarah Reaver, like grape and raped. Graped.
Graped indeed. Yeah, it's just a little bit of an interesting choice here. I mean, on the other hand, I can maybe kind of see how, you know, maybe Best was just like really confident in going into the late game. So, you know, he did play a very turtley style. Like, you know, he had a big army, but he kind of just moved out a little bit, secured the 3 o'clock base. Didn't really put on a lot of aggression. Like, he poked out a little bit to start breaking down HoeJJa's back door, but didn't do any kind of significant attack or anything like that. Yeah, I don't know. I think that was definitely Best's game to lose. I mean, HoeJJa did play beautifully, but he kind of got away with a bit of a greedy opening there. And let's see what Optical Shot has to say. Yep. He made Best scared and contained him. For KT, it is the last day of KT Reach. The 4,005th game, or sorry, 5th day rather, of his pro gaming career. That'd be sick if he played 4,000 games. I'm sure he hasn't practiced, but on TV, that would be funny. Anyway, we are actually almost, speaking of 4,000 days, we are almost at 4,000 viewers on the screen. We need like, or on the stream rather. We need like 20 more viewers and we'll get 4,000, guys. This is so sick. This will be an all-time record, like by far. I think before today.